Today I'm going to show you how to create a realistic line drawing from a photo. The first thing we need to do is to isolate the person from the background by using the quick selection tool around the subject until we have the entire thing selected, which I already did here. You can also use the lasso tool or the magnetic polygon lasso tool. It's up to you. The next thing we need to do is to make it have a layer mask around it. We will then smooth out the edges by zooming in and checking if there are any corners that has any undefined corners. The next thing we need to do is just click on this and look around, zooming in and click on smooth and see if there's any undefined. After that, we will just click OK here. And oh, by the way, if you see some undefined edges here and you can't get into smooth, you can use the refine edge brush tool up here by just zooming in. And well, there's nothing here. There's not much to erase, but you can use it to edit around the corners that is undefined. The next thing we need to do is to convert the image into a smart object by clicking here and converting it to a smart object. The next thing we need to do is to duplicate the layer here by clicking duplicate layer, or you can use Command J to duplicate it. We will name this the base here. And for this one, we will rename this as the original picture. The next thing we need to do is again duplicate the base layer here and call it invert because what we will do is we're going to invert the colors to black and white. We will go to Image, Adjustments, and click on Invert, and we can see that it has changed color here. Here we are going to click on, instead of normal, we are going to use the color dodge. The next thing we need to do is click on Filter, Blur, and we will go into the Gaussian blur. We have to play around with the color here to see that it's starting to have the line edges. If you can zoom in here, you can see that the edges are starting to show into tiny lines. You can play around with this and to see how big your lines are going to be. For mine, I'm going to change it to 31.8. Just click OK. Since we want to create the image as black and white, we will click on the black and white adjustment layer. We can just click here and click on black and white. And then just close that over there. The next step is to add a shade effect to the picture. So what we will do is to duplicate the original layer again, Command J, and we will move it to the top, to the very top here of everything. And we will go to Filter Gallery. You can see different kinds of corners here if you just zoom in here. And we will go to Sketch. And we will go click on Charcoal here. As you can see, it's starting to have a very different texture to it. Next, we will click on the layer and here we'll click OK. Then next we will click on the layer here and we will change it into multiply. We will again duplicate the original layer here so we can form the lines around the body. Command J here. We'll just drag it up at the very top of everything. We will go back to Image, Adjustments, and we will click on black and white here. We will click OK. We will go back to the filter gallery once again up here. And this time we are going to scroll down to stylize or stylize and click on glowing edge. It looks pretty weird at first because it's just pure darkness. So what we need to do is to invert it again. So in a shortcut, we can just click on Control I. By doing that, it inverts the black to white. We will use the same blending mode here at the corner to multiply, as you can see here. We will place the duplicated layers into a group since there's several layers here. We'll just close it all in here. Just click on Shift, sorry. Just scroll down, click on every and even the base you include, and just click on this button here, and you can just click on group, and we can just call it drawings. And then the next thing we do is to add a solid color fill and place that underneath the original layer. You just click here, solid color. However, obviously that's just a weird, just pure black. So we need to place this at the very, you can use white if you want, or black, it's up to you. And we can bring this down to the very bottom of our color. However, that looks pretty weird to me, so I'm changing into white. So after this, we can just move this image here to our project 2, to another file, and there you go. This is how you create a realistic line drawing from a photo. Thanks for listening.